So without further ado, let's go ahead and do this. So first and foremost, whenever you're starting an agency, whenever you're trying to grow your agency, you got to have a list building tool, right? You got to have a way to generate prospects. And so first and foremost, I wanted to talk to you guys about Lead Kahuna, and I wanted to review Lead Kahuna, talk about why we use it, and also, for those of you guys that don't have Lead Kahuna, I don't know where you've been hiding because I've been talking about it for years. But if you don't have Lead Kahuna and you're looking at picking it up, I want to give you what I call my best bonus. And I want to give you a bonus that's going to not distract you, but I want to give you guys a bonus that's going to help you take your investment of into Lead Kahuna and really take that to the next level. And so when you're using a list building tool, what comes next then is you're going to prospect to those lists. And so I'm going to give you a bonus that's going to help you guys do that. All right. So first and foremost, our team has researched, used, and tested quite literally hundreds of list building techniques over the years, from training and list building services and techniques and software. And from what we found in our own business, nothing beats running and building lists using Lead Kahuna. Okay, so I believe that Lead Kahuna should be phase one and not the be all end all. It's the only thing that you do. I'm not saying that, but it should be phase one of your cold outreach, and that says could outreach. So sorry about that. It should be phase one of your cold outreach prospecting. So long term, you're going to do more than just Lead Kahuna, I believe, especially if you're going like really deep in a niche. Lead Kahuna is not going to get you all the data. So it's going to pay to go buy some lists. It's going to pay to, and you're going to get a return by joining some associations where you can also get a list. But that's going to be more expensive, right? And so Lead Kahuna is a way to get in the market and get a lot of data. And I think I believe, a very little cost. And again, that's why I believe that it should be phase one. Again, phase one of your cold outreach prospecting. So again, we've been running Lead Kahuna for years, and I gotta imagine that we're probably in one of their first 30 or 40 actual customers. I know that David rolled it out to kind of a beta group first, but I know the owner there of Real Strategic and Strategic Marketer, and proud and thankful to call him a great friend. And because of that, right, I was one of the very first users in there. And I want you to understand that the reason that I love Lead Kahuna is not just because of the relationship that I have with David and his team, right? The first reason why my team chose Lead Kahuna was that they have more data points flat out than other sources, right? So they tell us all kinds of things, right? They tell us how many reviews a prospect has. They tell us their average review rating. They tell us their website URLs, what platform their website runs on, if they have, Google Maps, if they have a Facebook, if they have a Twitter. They tell us all of these data points. And this really helps us personalize our offer and our communication. And it helps us, if we're doing cold email, it helps us stay out of spam, right? And I'm assuming if you're looking to generate lists, right, and you're looking at Lead Kahuna, then cold email is probably going to be your first prospecting method. Then you'll probably start getting on the phone with people once you start getting your message dialed in. Then you'll probably do some voicemails or some voice drops. And this data is golden because it's going to help you kind of customize your language and your offer. And especially when it comes to cold email, it's going to help you stay out of the spam. And the reason is because we're able to really personalize the email and other communications with all of these additional data points. Okay? Which means the emails end up, or can end up, if we use these data points to our advantage, we can insert like tokens with these different data points, and it'll make the emails and our other communication very unique, right? Which gets us a great response, which helps us stay out of spam filters, and ultimately really helps us scale. And I know that there's a lot on here on the screen, but guys, these are just some of the fields that we get when we run Lead Kahuna internally, right? So company name and address and city and state and postal code and country, and then it gets crazy after this, right? The Facebook desktop cover URL, the Facebook desktop cover URL screenshot. It actually takes a screenshot of it, and we put that in the emails. Like the Twitter cover URL, the Google Analytics, the do they have Google Tag Manager? Are they using the Facebook retargeting pixel? And the list just goes on and on and on. What's the YouTube URL? What's their Google My Business videos? Are there any? What's the Google Plus score? How many Google reviews do they have? With Google My Maps or Google Maps, is it owner verified? Is the site mobile optimized? And guys, the list just goes on and on and on. And again, this is just one of the big reasons why I love Lead Kahuna. And the second reason why I chose Lead Kahuna, why my team, when they did their own vetting process, chose Lead Kahuna as well, is frankly because it has much better success rates, right, at generating correct key details like first name, last name, emails, and name of the business owner, and the correct, other details like email and phone number than the other scrapers that we tested. And because Lead Kahuna has the support that it does, they have an entire team of developers working on Lead Kahuna and putting out updates. And all of the time, there are updates. And that's really critical for a scraper because every single time that one of these websites changes, you got to go update the scraper. And so if you don't have a really active dev team and you go buy a scraper for $27, like, there's a really good chance that that scraper isn't going to work a week from now, a day from now, a month from now, right? Because the website that it was scraping from changed their website, and now the scraper can't detect the fields and pull back the data. So you got to be careful when you're investing in software, and especially when you're investing in scrapers, that you're investing with the right team and a team that's going to stand behind the product. And Lead Kahuna, guys, I mean, has been an amazing product for years, and the development team stands behind Lead Kahuna. And so that's why my investment goes to Lead Kahuna. All right, so that's the second reason why, or really a third reason, if you will. So I wanted to just real quick, kind of over the shoulder, walk you guys through how Lead Kahuna works. So first and foremost, this is what you see inside of the dashboard. And you're going to find last 7 days, 30 days, kind of 90 days, this little profile of captured leads, sent emails, voice broadcasts, and mailer created. Then you're going to find total leads found. You're going to get some campaign status. And this dashboard, I want you guys to understand, is based upon, in my experience, I believe it's based upon your actual user, because I don't run Lead Kahuna. I'll boot it up for like demo purposes. I'll run a search or two when I'm really interested about something and I need data like right now. But I have an entire team that runs Lead Kahuna on my behalf for me and for some of my best customers as well, right? A complete, done for you service. And so I can tell you that we have definitely built a whole lot more leads than is showing here. The other thing to note is that under campaign status here, you'll see that this has the ability, Lead Kahuna has the ability to drop voicemails or send voicemails, send out mailers or create mailers, send out emails. I don't use it for these features. Right? I use it as a scraper solely, not as a prospecting tool. So just so that you know. The other thing is, obviously it's July of 2019, recording this video. You guys will see that over here under latest news, this is all the updates that they've done. So I want you guys to see, just so far in July, they've done 2 updates. Right, in June they did an update. In May they did 2 updates. In April they did an update. So this thing is being updated on a rapid basis. And again, you got to make sure that scrapers are being updated often for them to work. So under the settings, you're going to see all kinds of integrations. You're going to see like a Twilio integration to do voice broadcasts or and things like that. You're going to see like mail leads. So under here, you can actually email leads. You're going to be able to call leads through here, and this uses your Twilio phone number. You're going to see some settings for other integrations. So email, Twilio, deCapture. You're going to be able to see all that right inside of here. We got email verification services in here as well, like Never Bounce and Bright Verify. And if you're going to be doing cold email, you got to make sure that you're using one of these two services and that you're verifying your email so you're not sending to bad emails. Quickest way to shut down your cold email prospecting, right, and for it to quickly turn into a bad situation is not doing email verification. So again, we got mail leads, call leads. We got this embed images too. This is a really cool feature where you're able to take a screenshot of the URLs that Lead Kahuna grabs and shows to you, and you're able to overlay marketing messages over top, right? And so when you send out emails and when you're prospecting, these communications can be crazy on topic, right? It can say like, I found a problem with your Google Maps listing, and then you got an overlay on top of their Google Maps listing, their actual one in a screenshot, and you didn't do any of that, right? Lead Kahuna did. So some really cool stuff there. Message leads, guys, honestly, I don't even know what this is. So, oh, okay, so this is the email campaign. Again, I don't use this functionality. I'll never tell you guys I use something if I don't. What I use is this section right here, and this is what my team uses as well. And folks, we use this all day long, all day, every day, with multiple members on my team, right? So essentially what we're doing is we're going up here, and inside of keyword, we're going to put in a keyword, and I'm going to put something in here just that's easy, that isn't going to have like any competition, so that this runs fast. And I'm going to put in float tank, and then I'm going to put in city, I'm going to put in Jupiter. And I think there's only like one or two float tank places in that whole area. If you're not familiar with float tanks, go Google them. Deprivation chambers, they can be called as well. And then we would want to use email verify, or that's an option you can use. Again, you got to know if the platform that you're using is doing this, right, or has an integration. You need to know if that's happening there, right? If not, you want to do it here. And then you're going to want to always be using proxies and also have the CAPTCHA set up inside of settings. With any scraper, right, you're going to have to deal with that. And then over here, you want to make sure that all these default search points are on, and then all of these additional data points are what makes up all these different additional fields, right? So this is like blue, this is the business information, right? Then green, this is the website details, right here. And then blue, right? But then after that, like reputation. So this is all the reputation fields that it grabs. You can unselect that if you want. But guys, whenever we run Lead Kahuna, again, one of the reasons why we love it so much is all the data points that it brings. If I'm talking with a prospect and I'm armed with all this information, like that's an amazing conversation, and I have amazing context, right? So I always run it with all of the additional data points that I could possibly run. So that then, right, I would just go to find leads, right? And so then you'll see here, it says processing, and you'll see it running here in the background. And unfortunately, I don't have any proxies on me. I didn't prep for this video to use any proxies. So this is going to take me a little bit of time, and we're probably going to have some CAPTCHAs pop up here, but we'll just wait for that to happen. And in fact, what I'll do, well, I guess we just got to sit around and wait for this thing to finish. Float tank, Jupiter, Florida. And I don't think, so I guess I could show you guys this. So under messaging leads, this is where you create your emails. So you can create a campaign and you guys can keep this, and then you can create a profile and use that. Sender name you put in here, your reply email, and then you can put in some different subject lines for split testing. This is the message that you'll use. Okay. There's even a drip option down here. But for me, guys, the reason that I don't use this tool is I don't like a spray and pray type of prospecting method. I like very thought out methodical campaigns. And I like my campaigns to follow up with people over time, right? So if you're only sending out one email at a time, right, and you're just blasting it out, one email to 5,000 people, and then you never follow up, trust me when I say you are completely missing the boat when it comes to cold email. So that's the other reason that I don't use this, and it's a desktop based tool, right? So I'm using a software as a service. I'm using a SaaS with some evergreen type of functionality. I can say take out of my 5,000 prospects every single day, take 10 out of my prospects and add them into this bucket and start this cold email sequence where they're going to get 5 prospecting emails 3 days apart unless they respond back to me or they opt in. So just a little bit of context there, okay? So it actually says that the process is completed. It found 2 total leads. So we're going to go back to local leads. And here we can see what's going on. And understand that any of these fields are like drag and drop, so to speak. Like I can make them bigger or I can make them smaller. So you can see here that it's not going to get all the details. Definitely, if you got proxies and you're using captchas, in my experience, you're going to get more data. So you got 2 emails though. We got website type. One of them is Wix, and this other one, man, I don't even know what the heck this is. Right? This is using WordPress. Blog didn't find. Other one found blog. Contact form found or didn't find. Obviously, here it found desktop site load time, mobile site load time, SSL verified, and you guys can see just all of the details that this found. And by all means, guys, like it's not perfect, right? Understand again that this is a scraper. If you expect all these fields to be filled up, like you're having the wrong expectation. It's just not going to happen, right? So, like for deal sites, like this company may not be running a deal site, so it wouldn't have data here. Sometimes it's not going to find the owner's first name. Okay, so take it for what it is, right? Social covers, right? Here's the covers that it found, right? Retargeting. This top one doesn't have retargeting. Bottom one found Google. And so you guys can see this is obviously lots of data here that we're able to use. Let's jump back over into the keynote presentation. We went through the demo. So for me, again, the really the only thing that we use this for, and I say we when I say we, I say my team and me, and really my team more because I've set up systems and processes for this, and because we do this for so many other of our customers. Really, we only use that local lead section, and then we could click on web leads. And then all day, every day, we're just chucking in the keyword, which is the niche we want to go after, the vertical we want to go after. We're chucking in a city, right? A state. We're making sure that we have all the additional data points selected. We're putting in our proxies. We're making sure our captcha's in there. And then we're clicking search, right? And the only other thing that you should know is, again, to use Never Bounce or Bright Verify to do email verification. Okay, so when we're doing it done for you for people, we let people choose, right? Do you want to use that option or not? And so Lead Kahuna gets my full endorsement. It is a tool that I've been using, folks. Sheesh, man, for a long, long time. It's $299 a year, and for a scraper, guys, like there's high end scrapers that cost a lot more than this per year. There's also low end scrapers that cost like 25 bucks, right? On the Warrior Forum, and their dime sales and their little cheapo products. But you can tell, and they never get updated. They're never around for long. So honestly, for this price point, I think it's a really good price point. And you could obviously leverage Lead Kahuna and do a lot more with it than I do. But either way, I think it's a fantastic investment, and I think it's a tool as an agency or anybody really doing B2B marketing. It's a tool that should be in your toolbox. All right. So you guys can jump in. I got a link for you guys. This is my affiliate link. Like full disclaimer, when you guys buy this, I make a little commission. And because I make a little commission, right? I'm going to throw in a bonus for you guys. And when I think about a bonus, what I'm looking for is a bonus that's going to complement the product. Okay, so there's either got to be a gap or a way that I can help you get a better result faster. And so for me, I think like you're using Lead Kahuna, you're using it to find prospects. And then for me and what I teach, the next thing I teach is cold email. So I would suggest going into cold email next. Excuse me. So because of that, I would highly recommend that you guys jump into cold email. And so because of that, I'm going to give you guys a soup to nuts training that I call cold email domination. And this is going to take you guys from A to Z and teach you guys what you need to know about cold emails. And folks, at the end of the day, I've generated over 7 figures in sales from cold emails, and I've helped a boatload of agencies and entrepreneurs and freelancers quite literally build their businesses using cold email. So I'm the guy to help you out with this process. And I think that it's a match made in heaven to be able to grab Lead Kahuna. A great freaking tool, save you guys a lot of time, effort, money, and then piggyback on top of it my cold email domination training. That's a fantastic 1-2 punch that I don't think you're going to find a better deal, better offer, better training out there anywhere. So go ahead. I highly recommend that you guys pick up Lead Kahuna. And you're not going to find a better price. And this isn't a tool that's generally available to the public. I'm one of the only people, if not the only person, that kind of has an evergreen, always available link for his students and customers to buy Lead Kahuna, or at least that's how it is for the moment. I can't say that it'll be around forever. So go pick it up. I don't know what you're waiting for. Digitaltriggers.io/Lead Kahuna.